started. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I want you to unleash the sales that you have going on at the business you're currently working for. And I want you to take that sales experience and start selling either your own products or services. This is really important in terms of whether or not you see yourself to be entrepreneurial, which most sales jobs really kind of want you to be entrepreneurial in the beginning. When I started my sales career, the first interview questions I ever got in every interview were, are you entrepreneurial? Do you want to create something for yourself? Blah, blah, blah. So I kind of always knew that I was going to start something myself, but I always knew also that I was going to get into sales. And my work experience started off with retail. It started off with kind of getting my hands dirty. I started off at Dunkin' Donuts, and then I started moving up to like retail, and I ended up working at a cell phone store where I really, learned how much I really loved working with people, but I don't like the fast-paced transactional salesman kind of environment. But the moral of me talking about my work history is that I really, at the point of going from selling phones to cars, I realized that I realized that I had the potential to sell more than just some other person's dream for their business or whatever the case may be. I had learned a skill that was going to allow me, through my main skill set of communication and what I love to do and learn about people. I can take all this and actually put it towards something where I can make more of the profits and really help the world in a way that, I want to give back versus selling cars or phones or whatever the product or service may be. And so I kind of grew the experience to become a consultant, somebody who can be the balance between closing a deal and relationship salesmanship, right? Relationship skills and the relationship building skills and the closing ability, even though closing wasn't really natural for me because I'm more of like an intuitive feeler. I'm more relationship building. Over the past years, I've definitely worked on my closing abilities. And the last year specifically, I'm only 25. I've actually recently figured out, that switch for me. And so I want you, whoever's watching this, if you're in a sales position or you're thinking about going into sales, I think if you're in sales right now and you're within the top 10% or 15% of the salesmen that are for your company, whether you're at a dealership, whatever company you're working for, I honestly believe that if you can sell services, the same products or services that you're selling now, I believe that you should get into your own business and take that sales experience, find other people who are different kind of salesmen than you are, right? Because if you're a closer, you're going to need relationship builders and transactional salesmen. You're going to need a lot of different kinds of salesmen on your team, and diversifying in that sense. So I really think that if you're a salesman now, you have the potential, if you think that you want to eventually start your own thing, you have the capability to get there, right? And so I was reminded of this, right? So when I was like years ago, when I first sold my first car, I was like, damn, like I could sell a car. What else can I sell for $17, $20, $30, $60,000, $80,000? Like what else can I sell for that much? That's crazy for me. And I'm like, you know what? I could just make my own $70,000 product if I can figure that out somehow, and then do it, or something crazy. It's not tangible. It's totally tangible. And so what I was doing, I was watching Grant Cardone, and in one of Grant Cardone's video series, it's him interviewing people to be salesmen for his company who sells training products, either the dealerships or to other car dealerships or real estate or whatever market they're in. And it was really fascinating to me because all the people on this show really suck at sales. And I'm not saying I'm the best, but what I'm also saying is, sales is something that I've always been doing, and it's easy to me. It's something that, like, when I really focus on it, I can really drive those numbers. And And a good example is, you know, I'm starting up my own thing, and these car dealerships I used to work with are like asking me to come back. Like, Dan, we really want you to come back to work with us. Like, you know, whatever, X, Y, and Z. Anyway, I'm watching Grant Cardone's, you know, what does it take, or what does it take, or whatever the series is called. And I'm watching the, you know, and there's really great salesmen. You know, there are people who are older than me and younger than me, people in these ridiculous situations. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, a lot of these guys, they could totally, or girls, they could totally start their own business with the experience they have right now. But the only thing that's stopping them, sorry, I'm like doing Instagram too. The only thing that's stopping these people from getting into the business for themselves is the fact that they're not leaders, the fact that they don't have their shit together, but they're just really great at sales, or they're just very motivated. They're just very motivated. And they're really like, they're just really into Grant Cardone. I'm not really into Grant Cardone. I really like him. I like his style. He's an ESTP, the person, you know, MBTI personality temperament. You know, I like his grind. You know, all ESTPs are both entrepreneurs and both really great salesmen. But ESTPs, or, you know, personality temperaments like Grant Cardone, and, you know, in general, they need to be surrounded by people who can, you know, take care of the gray spots that either Grant Cardone or the main owner isn't good at. And so I take that for example. You know, do I ideally want to do sales once I start this business and it really gets up and running? No, I'd rather hire people with temperaments to do all these different things. And so it's really a matter of maximizing on your capabilities, whether it's sales now, but you have a particular focus you want to focus on in your business that you want to create. And I say that because there's a lot of people who are in sales right now who are too afraid to go out and do their own thing and hustle and survive on nothing than work and be comfortable and live a comfortable and complacent lifestyle. You know, it's just, you gotta unleash your sales potential. You know, do it for you, because this is your life. And I want you to think about all the times that you're going to go back to other sales positions or grow within a company. And so I want you to get this straight, though. If you don't believe that you can do everything yourself, then find a work-life balance that works for you. Build on your sales experience to the point where you're not working 80 hours a week. You're working 40, and you're in a higher VP position, or you're in a sales director position, or you're in some kind of position where you don't have to work so much that all of your you know, income from your sales job is going to feed your other income streams, right? But if you think that you can start your own business, if you think that you're capable of doing that, take your sales experience. First, get really great. I would never just tell anybody just leave their sales job and then go out and do their own thing. No, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know your business, do your research, do, you know, your market research, figure out the business you're getting into, work on your sales experience so you're within the top 1 to 5 people of your business, and only then should you leave. Because at that point, when you're in the top 1 to 5, there's only so much you could do in terms of, you know, getting leads or however your business operates that way before you have to start dishing out money for your own marketing to get those prospects. So, you know, once you get from like anywhere from like 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 or 1 to 15, maybe depending on the size of your company, I would really yourself, can I just do the same thing, you know, with my own company and keep all the rewards if it's the same thing? If you can say to yourself, for example, if you were in car sales, right? I'm selling $100,000 car. Can I just make my own dealership? Can I just start my own dealership and then do the same thing, hire other people, and then sell these cars and take all the profit? That's totally that's up to you to decide. But just there's too many salesmen that I've grown up with who are just not figuring their shit out. And people always stay in their positions. You know, people go through things, and I totally get it. It's just that for me, you know, I've just learned to adapt and evolve and grow. And, you know, within my own sales experience, within working for other people, I've always seen that glass ceiling, and I know that I'm only going to make X amount. You know, could I go back to a dealership and work somewhere? Yes. Do I want to? No. You know, is it worth building a business and seeing where it goes? Absolutely. 100 times over, because it's going to yield results that one time it does succeed. But I just see a lot of people not taking opportunity, whether you're in sales or you're not. There's some people who want things, right? Like somebody that I was going to onboard as a partner, people want things and people think they're qualified, but that means nothing, right? When it's actually time to do things, when it's actually time to create, to sell, to pitch your value, right? And there's so many people who are willing to say, at a certain point, I will sign on. Well, no, sign on now or leave, get out, because there's other people who are looking, who are deserving of that position. They're ready to commit. And if you're not ready to commit, then stay in your sales position, learn and grow on your craft, learn what you need to know, right? Learn the business that you want to get into, right? Know everything about it. Be an authority with that business you want to create. Build on your sales experience. Get out of what you're doing, and just do it. So many people are they're doing exactly what I'm saying. They stay in the same job forever, just going from either, a different location to a different location, or a different business to different business, right? And they're doing the same sales representative position, or same, like, like they get comfortable or whatever. Once you figure out business exponentially, right? Which is, I know how to do that. I know how to clients from first year, just explosion after that, recurring, right? Apparently their customers are just, the dealerships that I used to work at, they're like, my old managers, they're hey, a dealership because customers come for you. I'm like, great, better things on my own business, send the word out. And so I look at Grant Cardone and what he's doing, and I'm just like, great. All these sales, they need guys on 20,000, 30. Good for them. But at the end of the day, they still want that leadership. At the end of the day, they still need that leadership because they're too afraid to do it by themselves. Could they create their own product and sell that? Absolutely. Somebody under Grant Cardone or Tony Robbins can create their own courses, their own products, sell that product for $5 to $10 to $15, $20,000, right? Market it as, I have the experience of X, Y, and Z with Grant Cardone, with whatever. And then they can market their own sales training business. They totally could. And then make a ton of money a year, if that's what they wanted to do. But not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to put in the work. So if you're watching this and you want to put in the work, unleash your sales potential, right? Leave your job and watch some Grant Cardone. Get motivated. See what you need to do your market research. Get into a business you love. Start making your own money with the sales experience you have. If it's type A work experience, like if you're in the top 10, 15% of your company, think about it. Think about what you can be utilizing your skills for. Do you want to sell, a house that's $1 million, or do you want to sell your own $1 million product? Do you want to sell a car that is worth $30,000, or do you want to sell your own $30,000 product or service? It's totally up to you. The numbers are only relative to how much you want to make and how much, your value proposition for your product or service is worth. And I really want you to think about this, food for thought, and get back to me in the comments below on your thoughts about just leaving your job. If you have really great sales experience, or maybe you don't think you have the sales experience yet to just leave and start your own thing. All the resources are out there for you to learn. It's just a matter of, if you want it, if you want to get out of that position, if you want to work for yourself, then make it happen. Make it come true. And I'll see you next time.